Hi, how you doing? Welcome to the Bandai booth here at the 2014 Toy Show, and we're here with Power Rangers, and in 2014 it's all about unlocking the power with the Legendary Ranger keys. And our first item is the Deluxe Legendary Morpher. Now, you can't be a Power Ranger and you can't turn into a Ranger without a Morpher. So basically, you take your Legendary Ranger keys and they insert into the Legendary Morpher and they unlock the power. Now, each Ranger key is going to give you a different type of sound combination, different phrasing. That's what all these Ranger keys are about. And there are 60 different keys to collect throughout the year. They're all going to give you a different type of play, different type of experience in all the role play and all the Zord items, and they also have mobile integration. Going through the basic role plays, we have the masks, which are in red, green, and blue for the spring, and the Silver Rangers coming out in the fall. We have the Mega Saber, the Blaster, and then those are available in the spring, and then in the fall we have the Silver Rangers accessories, which are the Trident Spear and a Deluxe Morpher. Continuing with that, we have the training set, and the training set is one way to basically morph into a Ranger for one price. You get the mask, you get the Saber, the Blaster, a Ranger key, and that is also coming in blue for the spring. And in the fall, you'll have the Silver Rangers training set. It includes everything you see here, but plus with a mini morpher. Continuing with the role play, we have hand gear. Now again, this includes a Ranger key, and when the Ranger key is inserted, it will fire discs safely up to 10 feet. A great item for kids who love battle gloves and love that action. Now, if you want more of a deluxe experience with role play, we have a Super Mega Cannon. It works on its own with lights and sound effects. However, you can take your included Ranger key or any of the 60 other Ranger keys and again, unlock the power. By inserting, turning, it fires up and powers up with a different light effect and sound effect, okay? And again, you'll get different effects with different Ranger keys. Again, that's more of a deluxe item. It's the Super Mega Cannon, and it's available now. Continuing with the deluxe packaging, this is fall 2014, it's the Super Mega Cannon. It features pump action to pump these firing discs, these flying discs. You get 4 of them, and they will fly up to 20 feet high or far. And if you have a window or a smooth wall, they'll stick with the suction cups. Again, included Ranger key, which goes in the back between the 2 fins. And again, you have storage at the top of the cannon for up to 4 separate Ranger keys. Again, this is the Super Mega Cannon. It goes for $29.99 and it'll be out in the fall. And that's your role play items. Okay, so here we are in the figure segment. Here we have the 5-inch Action Hero, which is basically an evolution of the standard 4-inch Action Hero. The 4-inch Hero is basically basic articulation, and it comes with 1 accessory. Now the evolution of the 4-inch is the 5-inch, okay? With the 5-inch, you get 2 battle gear accessories, and it has 13 articulation points. Now, in the spirit of the Super Megaforce, both the Super Megaforce and Legacy Rangers are going to be represented in this line. There are going to be 37 different figures in the 5-inch Action Hero this year, including the original Mighty Morphin Rangers. These guys, in my estimation, are going to be hard to get. So, note to all the fans, be a lookout for these guys and get them while you can. But again, 37 different figures being represented in the 5-inch Hero line. Now, if you want more of an action-oriented figure to play with, we have the 6.5-inch feature figure. Now, these guys feature dual battle action with this little contraption in the back. So if you hold and twist back and forth, you get double battle action, which is really nice to have. Again, the Blue Ranger and the Red Ranger and the Green Ranger are currently available in the spring. The Silver Ranger will be available in the fall. And also in the fall, all these figures are going to be glowing in the dark. That'll be a different feature as well, coming at you with the feature figure this fall. Continuing, we have the Armored Might figure. This is a 7-inch scale. It comes with 20 articulation points. And the cool thing about the Armored Might figure is a wide variety of battle accessories. So if you're really into customizing the look and battle gear of your Ranger, this is the Ranger you want to get, because you can really mix and match battle gear and details with that. Again, that's the Armored Might figure. A couple more figures to show you. We got the FX figure, which is basically, this is a sound-oriented figure. It features a shock sensor. So every time you play with the toy, it's going to give you a different sound. And the more you play with it, the more different types of sounds it's going to emit. And if you play with it enough times, eventually you're going to hear the Super Megaforce theme song. But you got to play with it enough times to hear it. So it's going to constantly be giving you new different sound experiences. Again, that's the FX figure. Taking a little break from size, we're going to go down a bit to the figure Megazord, which is basically a smaller version of the deluxe Megazord. So rather than taking out a big burly item, basically the figure Megazord has all of the design detail of the big Megazord, and it has many articulation points. So it's great for playing or displaying. And finally, with the figures, we have the 12-inch basic figure, which is basically a combination of size and simplicity. It's essentially a 12-inch version of the basic action figure, which is 4 inches. Basic articulation, but if you want the size, it's a great value. Welcome to the Megazord segment, or the Zord Builder segment. Now, the Zord Builders are essentially a combine to connect system, which allows you to create an infinite number of Megazord and Zord combinations. Think of it like building Legos, but rather than building blocks, we're actually building action figures. And it's divided into 3 categories. We have the Legendary Megazord, and the Legendary Megazord breaks down into 5 Zord vehicles, and when combined, creates the Deluxe Megazord. Also includes a Ranger key for more effects. This is spring 2014. In the fall of this year, we're going to have the Q-Rex Megazord, which goes from Megazord to T-Rex mode to also a drill mode. And we also have the Falcon, which goes from Megazord to a racer mode. Okay, both also include Ranger keys. Now we also have Zord vehicles. These vehicles include a 4-inch figure, a Ranger key, and when the Ranger key is inserted into the back, it will launch the vehicle up to 10 feet. So there's action with these as well. And also the front cowls on every one of these figures detaches, and it can be placed as armor on any of the other figures that you see in the Zord collection, the Megazords or any of the Zord builders, okay? The Wild Force Red Lion acts as a support system for the Legendary Megazord. It acts as his base. So you can attach the Lion to the bottom of the Legendary Megazord, and it could be his base, his feet. And when a Ranger key is installed in him, he has the power to fire a missile. More Zord Builder items. We have the Zord Armor Ranger with figure. Again, it includes a 4-inch figure which can ride inside of the armor, okay? And also, the armor pieces detach and can be combined with any of the other Zord items. Now, there's technically not a Ranger key with this, but if you look really closely, you'll notice that the left arm is a Ranger key. And that Ranger key can be inserted into any of the 2014 roleplay items or any of the Zord Builder items, okay? So this is a Ranger key in disguise on the Armor Ranger. It's part of his body. The Zord with keys are other Zord action figures. We have the Delta Zord Runner, where a 4-inch figure can ride on top of him. And we also have the Ninja Zord, which when transformed with the Ranger key, can activate a spinning ninja blade. And again, with the Zord collection and Zord Builder collection and items, it's all about connecting and combining. Again, this year, it's all about unlocking the power with the Legendary Ranger keys. And this year, we had 60 keys to collect. You can get these keys in any of the 2014 Zord Builder items or in any of the roleplay items, and whatever you don't collect there, you can collect in individual 3-packs of Legendary Ranger keys, and they're divided by different classifications of Rangers. For example, Mighty Megaforce, we have Samurai, we have Space, going down to Zeo, and the list goes on. That's how they're circulated. There are going to be no blind packs with these. You can collect what you want at your own leisure. And also, these Ranger keys, in addition to being playable in the figures, have mobile integration. So when you flip the key, on the back of that key is a special barcode, and that barcode can be scanned with the Power Ranger scanner app, okay? And we're going to show you how that quickly works. So say if I just purchase this key and I want to play a game as this Ranger, I'll activate my Ranger app. I'll say, let me scan this new Ranger key that I have. It'll activate the smart device's camera, and it will scan and recognize that barcode. Now, right now, the app has recognized this particular Ranger key, and it's in the process of morphing into this Power Ranger. It's now recognized the key, it's unlocking the power, and I took a photo of myself earlier, so you're going to see how I'm going to transform into this particular Ranger. And once I'm this Ranger, I can play a mini battle game. Show you quickly how that works. You can tap, you can swipe, especially great for the young kids. And again, you can play games on this app independently of the Ranger keys. But what the app does is that it gives you a mobile game, and it also gives you a library of all of your stored Ranger keys. Again, these keys are integrated into the app, and you can use the app by itself as well. Also, one more thing about the Ranger keys. We're going to have a consumer promotion in 2014 called Unlock the Power Sweepstakes. So basically, when you scan your Ranger key is going to instantaneously tell you right away if you're an instant winner. And most of the instant wins will be a lot of cool Power Rangers swag. And if you're an instant winner, you're entered into a sweepstakes and a drawing to win the grand prize, which is a walk-on role in a future Power Rangers episode. Again, that's a new sweepstakes coming out in the fall of 2014. Another incentive to get your Ranger keys and to scan away. This year in 2014, we're proud to introduce a Legacy Collection. So we're going back to the initial year, the first year of Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. And we're bringing back some very limited edition items for all of the die-hard Legacy collectors. We have a Legacy Dragon Dagger. The great thing about this is that it has weight to it, it's die cast, and the really cool thing about the dagger is that it's 24 karat gold plated. It plays all of those sounds of the dagger. And in the spirit of the Green Ranger, when he needed to call upon his Megazord, he would play the flute. And rather than putting it on your mouth, you could simply put it on your chin, and you can play the flute, and it'll play the flute sounds when you have the chin part compressed. Again, for the very special die-hard Legacy collector, retails for $79.99, and it'll be out in the fall. Continuing with the Legacy, we have the Legacy Megazord Dragon Zords. Again, from year one, made of sturdy die cast, and they have weight to them, and they can also be combined with the legendary Titanus. Titanus is very special. Die cast, weighs several pounds, and the Titanus especially comes in a very limited edition. Because he's so limited, it's a $200 price point for Titanus. But again, this is the dream version of Titanus from back in the day. The Ranger action figures are 100% authentic in their styling and their packaging from 1993.